In LA in 2030, Shah wins the lottery, so now he's running from a huge crowd that wants to kill him. He fights them all and quickly escapes by jumping over a fence. Afterward, he breaks into a house, finds a grandmother, takes her phone, and destroys it. Outside, a drone tracks everything. The grandmother then tries to kill Shah with a lottery gun, calls the lottery team who break in, confirm the winner is dead, and give the grandmother a check for $22 million. She appears on TV. A month later, Katie arrives in LA to restart her acting career. On the bus, she keeps looking at a small Oscar keychain, which seems to be a keepsake. A little girl nearby makes her laugh, but the girl's father keeps mocking her over the phone. Katie pretends to be a cop and threatens him to be nicer to his daughter. An old lady thanks Katie for her help, but steals her watch. Katie then sees an ad for a protection agency and wishes she had bodyguards. She notices how everyone on the streets is tense or violent. Meanwhile, the media can't stop talking about the next lottery drawing, which is in 18 hours, and the jackpot is $3.6 billion. At home, Null gets his weapons ready while singing the Ninja Turtle song. Katie arrives at the room she rented and finds out her roommate Shotty lied about the place, which is in terrible condition. Shotty is annoying, makes bad jokes, and ignores her mother's call. Shotty also has a rude boyfriend named DJ who slaps Katie as a prank. The next day, Null appears on TV offering bodyguard services to the lottery winner. Katie wakes up to find her clothes ruined by a leaking bathroom. Shotty offers to rent her clothes, so Katie spends her savings on an ugly outfit and takes a cab because she's late for an audition. The driver makes inappropriate comments and talks about celebrity gossip. At the audition, an employee charges Katie $400 to participate. She explains that she was in many TV ads as a kid but paused her career to care for her sick mom. After her mom died, Katie decided to try acting again. She finds Shotty's lottery ticket in her pocket, accidentally activates it, and registers as a player. She tries to act, but is quickly disliked and kicked out. Suddenly, all the other actresses' lottery tickets activate, showing Katie's face as the winner. The actresses and workers attack Katie with anything they can find. Katie defends herself thanks to her stage fighting classes and escapes to another floor where she hides in a room. But it's a self-defense class, and they try to kill her too. Katie dodges their attacks and runs, but she is thrown through a wall into a yoga class. The self-defense people follow, and chaos takes over the room. Just as a man grabs Katie by the neck, Null bursts through the ceiling and saves her. He gives Katie 5 free saves, but after that, his protection costs 10% of the prize. He starts fighting people while counting down the freebies. Katie has no choice but to sign his contract. Null fights using Katie as a weapon, tying her to his back to keep her safe. Once all the opponents are down, Katie takes Null's dart gun, but he quickly takes it back and puts unconscious bodies in safe positions. Null explains that a lottery drone posts the winner's location every 14 minutes, so they must leave quickly. As they run, Null points out that other players can't kill each other. They dodge knives thrown at them and escape in Null's car. As they drive, people nearby get alerts of Katie's location and prepare to join the chase. Null explains how the lottery works, and Katie is surprised because she never knew. She says she and her mom only watched movies and baking shows because the news was depressing. Soon, the car is chased by people on bikes and AT. Null gives them helmets and speeds up. A Molotov bomb is thrown at the car, but Null keeps driving and enters an old warehouse. After a crash, Katie wants to quit the game, but the only way out is to leave the city. Null shoots a guy with his dart and creates dust to escape quietly. Katie keeps insisting she wants to quit, so Null agrees to take her to the nearest quit line. At that moment, bikers find them, and the chase begins again. A biker jumps into the car, but Katie steals her knife while Null fights her off. Null moves to the back seat to continue the fight, puts a helmet on the biker, and kicks her out. Another Molotov is thrown, and Null forces Katie to drive through a wall to escape. They stop a car, causing a biker to crash while Katie knocks out another with her helmet. However, the car breaks down, so Katie tries to run away, but Null stops her. He explains he gets no money if she quits, but still wants to help her because people should be treated well. Suddenly, Katie throws sand at Null's face, punches him, and tries to escape, but Null catches her. A police car arrives and Katie goes to the cops for help, but they also want to kill her. Null catches their taser and fights them while Katie runs away. On the street, Katie hides her face behind a map as the crowd searches for her. She hides in a wax museum, where the guard lets her hide among the statues because he is anti-lottery. Katie calls Shotty and asks to borrow her car, but Shotty keeps asking where Katie is, revealing she's also playing the game. A statue gives away Katie's location, and Shotty and DJ try to enter the museum. Katie hides behind a statue but is seen. DJ pushes her on top of a desk, but Katie fights back by throwing sand at DJ's face and hitting Shotty with a bottle. The couple teams up to fight Katie, who defends herself with a statue staff. After lots of struggle, Katie runs out as Shotty throws an axe, but it's fake, so it does nothing. Katie presses a button to bring down the shutter, but remembers Null's lesson and fixes the guard's body before rolling out of the museum, trapping Shotty and DJ inside. A tour bus guide sees Katie and announces her location. Null appears in a police car and takes her away. Katie still doesn't trust him, thinking he'll kill her in private, but Null wishes they had a bunker, and Katie remembers the taxi driver. They show up at Machine Gun Kelly's house, who thinks Katie wants something shady. The tour bus appears, so Katie forces Kelly to open his panic room with Null's dart gun. They rush inside, put Kelly to sleep with a dart, and close the door. The crowd tries to break in, but Null orders a phone strike, making all their phones explode. Katie and Null escape, but Null stops to help someone with burn. They're then picked up by guards who take them to a safe building. Katie meets Lewis, the head of the security company, but isn't impressed. She asks to leave the city, but Lewis gives her a new phone and shows off his grenade. With only 4 game hours left, Lewis gives them a tour, showing off a wall of saved winners' name. Katie signs the contract and gets some money for Null. They see a crowd gathering outside, so Lewis decides to move Katie to a hidden underground fortress. Null becomes suspicious because the facility is too expensive to maintain with only 30% of the prizes. He realizes Lewis is pretending to protect winners, but actually kills them. As Katie changes clothes, Null shoots the guards with darts and tells Katie to run while he buys time. Katie hides in a decoy car, but Lewis finds out and sends people after her. Social media goes wild because the drone loses Katie's location, making her a hero. Katie almost leaves town, but gets a call from Null, who's being tortured by Lewis. Null tells her to save herself, but Katie turns the car around to help. Lewis reveals he always knew they were killing civilians for easy money and killed their team, blaming Null. With only 15 minutes left, Katie rushes into the theater, threatening to delete herself so nobody gets the money. Lewis doesn't believe her until she starts to rant and almost pushes the trigger. Lewis finally drops the handcuff keys, and Katie pretends to give him the gun but kicks him off the stage. All the people Katie met today appear at the theater and block every entrance. Katie uses whatever she can to slow them down, but Lewis grabs her leg and tries to kill her. A cop tries to help, but Lewis kicks him off. Null starts fighting the crowd while still cuffed to a chair, singing the Ninja Turtle song. The chair breaks, giving him more freedom. Katie bites Lewis, disarms him, and throws the keys to Null, who frees himself. Null fights Lewis while Shotty appears with a katana to fight Katie. Katie disarms her and knocks her out. With only 4 minutes left, a huge crowd enters the theater. Katie climbs the stage decorations for safety. Lewis steals an axe, and Null defends himself with cymbals, finally defeating Lewis. A bus lady tries to climb after Katie, so she kicks her off. Null starts breaking the decorations to stop people from following Katie. Lewis's men arrive, and some make a human ladder for Lewis to climb, while others tackle Null. Lewis reaches Katie, and they start fighting until she slips. She reveals she used her keychain to activate one of his grenades, which explode. Lewis dies, and Katie falls, but her fans. The movie ends. Thanks for watching.